Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Samira. If you are seeing my tutorial for the first time, you are welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I will be teaching you guys how to make a ruffle neckline design on off-shoulder dress. Today's tutorial is an interesting one. Please, you can subscribe now by clicking the red button under my video. You can also turn on the notification bell to get notified to see my next video upload. Please, you can share with your friends and families. Please, you can also ask them to also watch this particular tutorial down to the end. I would like us to start our tutorial now. These are the items I'll be needing for today's tutorials. I have my tape, I have my chalk, I have my ruler, I have my scissors, and I have my white fabric that I'll be using for the ruffle design for the neckline, and it's half yards of it, and the black fabric is 2 yards of it that I'll be using today. So I'll just go ahead now to show you guys how I'm going to fold it into two. So I folded my fabric into two already, so I'll just go ahead now and draw a straight line. And guys, don't forget it's an off-shoulder dress that we are making, so I'll just place my tape and remove 5 inches and measure 40 inches for my length of my dress. Okay, like I said, it's an off-shoulder that we are making, so that's the reason of us removing 5 inches from our tape before measuring our length. And don't forget, my length is by 40 inches. At this point, I will be marking my half length by 15 inches. Okay, so my half length is by 15 inches. So that's the line for that. So after that, I'm going to just draw a straight line for my half length. Okay. After that, I'll go ahead now to mark my hip length by 24 inches. So my hip length is by 24 inches. Okay. So I'll go ahead now and draw a straight line, guys. So for my neckline, I'll be measuring 4 inches for my neckline. At this point, I will be marking 1 inch for my armhole. Then I'm going to use my ruler to give a curve for my armhole. After that, for my bust measurement, I will be measuring 36 inches, adding my sewing allowance by 2 inches. I'll go ahead now to my half length and mark 28 inches for my waist measurement, adding 1.5 inches for my stitching allowance. At this point, on my hip line, I'm going to measure 39 inches and also add 2 inches for my sewing allowance. After that, I'll be shaping my hemline, so that's why I'm shifting my fabric so that you guys can see my hemline. So I'm going to just go ahead now to mark 34 inches. Then I'm going to also add 1 inch for my stitching allowance. So before adding my 1 inch, I'm going to shape it by 34 inches. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. Okay, so I've added my 1 inch for my stitching allowance. So I'll just go ahead now to connect all my measurements together. Okay, so I'm starting it from my hemline. So I'm going to take it up now. So let me shift my dress a bit so that you guys can see the connections. So after connecting it, I'll just go ahead now to cut it out. So guys, you can see the style that we are making today, how simple it is. Please just keep on watching this particular tutorial down to the end, and you can give it a thumbs up so that more people can get to see it and watch and also learn from it. Don't forget, we are cutting the front piece. So after cutting this front piece, we are going to use it to cut the back piece. So guys, like I said, you can share this tutorial with your friends, with your family members. Please ask them to also watch this particular tutorial down to the end. And As for the cover picture, is different from this. The reason is that I'm going to, like, the front of my dress, I'm not going to slit it because the cover picture, it has slits. I'm not going to slit it, and I'm going to shorten the length of my dress. So the cover picture, the length of the dress is longer, so my own is shorter. You can make your own longer, okay? If you want to also slit it, you can also slit your own, but mine, I'm not going to slit the front, okay? I don't want you to get confused. Alright, so don't forget, it's a crepe fabric. It's a crepe material, the black one, while the white one is Duchess material that I'll be using. And the black is 2 yards of it, while the white is half yard. That's what I'll be using on the neckline. The next step is for us to cut the back piece. So I folded it into two already. So I will just go ahead and give my zipper allowance by 1 inch. Okay, so guys, don't forget that I'm using the front piece that we just cut out now. That's what I laid on the back fabric. So I'm going to just go ahead now to cut it out. Alright. At this point, guys, the cover picture, like I said, the dress length is longer and it has a slit. I'm changing my own. Mine is not going to have a front slit and my length is shorter too, but we are going to achieve the same thing. The style is the same. Alright, so guys, please give this video a thumbs up so that more people can get to see it and watch and also learn from it. So guys, let us go ahead now to cut our ruffle. Here comes my ruffle fabric. So I'll go ahead now to fold my fabric into two. So I'll just go ahead and take my measurement. So I'm trying to arrange it well. So I folded it into two. So I'm going to just mark 3 inches for my width. So that's the 3 inches. Then the length is by 36 inches. Okay. So after that, I'm going to cut it out. So guys, you can see how simple it is to make this style that I'm making. Is a unique and elegant style that you can wear out to any occasion of your choice. You are good to go. So after cutting this particular one that we are cutting, I'm going to place it on the fabric again. Then I'll cut another one to make it true, because I want the ruffle to appear at the front and also at the back. So now I'm heading over to my sewing machine to run a stitch on it. So these are the two ruffle that we are going to use on the neckline. So let's take it down to my sewing machine now. To get my ruffle, I went ahead and sew a straight line. Then you can see me the way I'm doing it. I'm dragging the thread gently so that it can gather a bit, so that it can form that ruffle. And this is how you should make your own when sewing your own. Just keep on watching this particular tutorial down to the end so you can see how neat it is. So I'm still showing you guys that the thread, you need to drag it gently, okay, so that it can form the ruffle. So don't forget, I went ahead and run a straight line on the fabric to drag it out. Now I have my sleeve to cut now. So what I will do now, I will just go ahead now, as you can see me doing. I'll fold the fabric, then I'll refold it again. So after folding it, I'll just go ahead now to start taking the measurement. So I'll start by measuring 8 inches for the sleeve length. Then I'll go ahead now and mark 5 inches for my shoulder. Okay, and my armhole, I'll be marking 5 inches. Then I'll give a curve for my armhole. At this point, after curving my armhole, then I'm going to take the round sleeve of my sleeve, which is by 8 inches, as you can see me doing on the video. So after that, I'm going to head over to my sewing machine. That's what I'm showing, that I'm going to run a stitch on it. Then I'm going to use my elastic to pass through the sleeve. So I'm going to do that in between, that is the elastic, I'm going to use it to pass it in between the sleeve by 1 inch. I believe you understand what I'm saying, guys. So just keep on watching this particular tutorial down to the end. And if you have any question concerning this tutorial, you can drop it on the comment section below, so I'll be ready to respond to your question. And if you have any suggestions, you can also drop it there, and any observation can also let me know. There's room for improvement. So I've run a stitch on both edges and upper parts and the lower parts, so I'm just using my safety pin and my elastic to pass through the sleeve. Like I said before, that in between the sleeve I used 1 inch, so you can see how neat, how beautiful our two sleeves came out. So I'm going to just attach it now to the dress that we are making now. Okay, so I've joined my pieces together, the front and the back. So I also have my ruffle. At this point, when fixing my ruffle, I will fold the rough edge, as you can see me doing, and place it on my neckline. I'll continue to pin it round because it's going to appear in the front and at the back. This is how you should make your own when sewing your own. So after that, I'm going to also pin my sleeve, so you can see how I'm pinning it. So I'm going to just pin it at the shoulder. So this is how I'm going to run my stitch on it. Okay, I'm heading over to my sewing machine. So I've done that already. You can see how beautiful it is, very neat and simple and elegant. So I want you to also make your own like this. So let's wear it out now, so you can see how beautiful it is. Look at what we made today. Elegant off-shoulder ruffle fitted dress. I hope you find it helpful. Why not try making your own after watching this amazing tutorial? Please, you can subscribe, turn on notification bell to get notified to see my next tutorial. You can share with friends. Please watch this video down to the end. Guys, you can tell me what you like about this particular tutorial on the comment section. You can also request for any tutorial of your choice. I really want to hear from you guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye bye.